I'm going to talk about two different personality types, optimism and pessimism. As the name defines it, an optimist thinks life is good and life will be good, whereas a pessimist thinks in the other way. The optimism is actually a deep sense, a deep belief system, a deep thought process, deep feeling that life will be good. Now, optimism or pessimism is a big deal. Why? Because the positive mindset, positive feelings create an opening for life energy, God energy to flow through us. And a negative blocks it. So the quality of life is highly, highly dependent on our attitude, upon our mindset of life, really, how life really is. So it's very useful, very informative to see what personality type are you. Of course, it's a gray scale. You can be an extreme optimist or an extreme pessimist or somewhere in the middle. So it is not 0 or 1. There's usually a combination of things. But in general, we are either an optimist or a pessimist, if you just want to categorize in two categories, and somewhere in the middle. So identifying yourself is helpful for many reasons, and I'll talk about that. Now, a couple of important things about these personality types. First, we pick up a personality type from our parents, one or both, based on how we see them acting, reacting when we were children. We learn, it's a learned habit, is what I'm trying to say. We learn to be an optimist or a pessimist. The second important thing is there are two parts of us. There is an external personality and there's an internal personality. So internally, we can be a pessimist, and externally, we can be a big optimist. So depending on how we interact with other people, we'll show to them whether we're an optimist or a pessimist, but internally, we may feel completely differently. What really matters is internal. External doesn't matter that much. Now, the next important thing is that the optimism or pessimism really shows up, our personality really shows up in times of stress. Meaning, when everything is good outside, we can be a great optimist, right? It's easy to be optimist when everything is fine. It's when we are not fine is when the struggle starts, and that's when the internal personality really starts to show up. And I'm sure you've seen that, like people who feel and see like very big optimists from outside, but when something is really going wrong in their life is when you start to really see how they're acting and reacting. So it really shows up when we are in stress. Now, the last point is that optimism or pessimism is not set in stone. It's a learned habit. Just like we learn to ride a bicycle, we learn to be an optimist or a pessimist. What is required is that we become aware of what our personality type is, and then consciously choose to become the better side. You become an optimist if you're a pessimist inside. And then practice. Practice in times of struggle, practice in times of stress, that life is good, life will be good, life is good, life will be good. You got to keep changing your mindset, your thinking. And as you change your thinking, your brain changes. Your brain is very plastic, very changeable. It's not set in stone. So keep practicing more and more optimism, and life energy will start to flow, and it becomes a positive cycle, reinforcement cycle, and keep doing that. And my personal sessions and Life Drawn are designed to help you become more positive internally. by bringing to conscious awareness of what are the things that are really blocking you from becoming a bigger and bigger optimist. So try it. And if you have any questions, contact me. Otherwise, thank you, many blessings, and good wishes. Bye-bye.